Hello, everyone. My name is the TCG Outlaw, and today I have the brand new Lorwyn Eclipsed Dance of the Elements precon commander deck. I am super excited about this deck. It's been a while since we have seen a 5-color commander precon. This one is the Dance of the Elements. Summon huge elementals, sacrifice, and duplicate. Let us get right into this. I am super excited about this deck. I really am. This deck, I've always been a fan of elementals in Magic. So we get the little cardboard deck box. Not very good, pretty flimsy. Always go for an alcove flip or even some sort of maybe Ultra Pro deck box. We also... Oh, that is right. I remember now. They decided to not go with the sample packs for collector boosters in the commander decks with this set. A little disappointing, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and get into this. There we go. See if I can't separate some stuff here. Looks like we'll just go ahead and go through all of it at one time. So first we have... See if I can't get my camera to focus in a little bit better. There we go. We have the face commander of the deck is Ashling the Limitless, a 2/3 for 3 legendary elemental sorcerer. Elemental spells you cast from your hand have evoke 4. If you cast a spell for its evoke cost, it is sacrificed when it enters. Whenever you sacrifice a non-token elemental, create a token that's a copy of it. The token gains haste until the end of the turn. At the beginning of your next instep, sacrifice it unless you pay WUBRG. Very interesting. Next up, it looks like this is the secondary commander. Mass of Mysteries for WUBRG. A 5/5. First strike, vigilance, trample. At the beginning of combat on your turn, another target elemental you control gains Myriad until the end of turn. Very interesting. Very interesting. Next we have a sorcery. Elemental Spectacle for 6, 5, and a green. Has Vivid. Create a number of 5/5 red and green elemental creature tokens equal to the number of colors among permanents you control. Then you gain life equal to the number of creatures you control. That is an interesting card. I will trying to figure out maybe when that could come up, except for maybe real late games, but who knows. Next, we have Springleaf Parade for 2 green and to pay into X. When this enchantment enters, create X 1/1 colorless shapeshifter creature tokens with Changeling. Creature tokens you control have tapped to add 1 mana of any color. Interesting. Next, we have Jubilation for a elemental incarnation, a 5/5 for 6, 5, and a green. When this creature enters, creatures you control get +2/+2 and gain trample until the end of turn. And it has Encore for 9, 7, and 2 green. Wow. Next, we have Impulsivity, a elemental incarnation for a 7/5 for 7, 6, and a red. When this creature enters, you may cast target instant or sorcery card from a graveyard without paying its mana cost. If that spell would be put into a graveyard, exile it instead. Has Encore for 9, 2 red, and 7. Wow. Next, we have Lamentation, a 5/4 for 6, 5 and a black. When this creature enters, destroy target creature an opponent controls. You gain 3 life. Has Encore for 2 black and 6 generic. Next, we have Belonging, a 6/6 for 6, 5 and a white. When this creature enters, create 3 1/1 colorless shapeshifter creature tokens with Changeling. Has Encore for 8. 2 white and 6. Next we have Subterfuge, a 3/5 for 5, 4 and a blue. Elemental Incarnation. When this creature enters, target creature gains flying, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw that many cards until the end of turn. Interesting. Has Encore for 9, 2 blue and 7. Next, we have a land. Rain Slick Cups. A forest island. Enters tapped. Tap to add green or blue. It has cycling for 2. Next, we have Sodden Verdure. Forest Island. I think that's how you pronounce that. Verdure? Verdure? Sodden Verdure. It is a forest island. This land enters tapped unless you control 2 more basic lands. Tap for blue or green. Next, we have Abundant Countryside. You can tap to add colorless mana, or you can tap to add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana to only cast a creature spell. You can pay 6, tap the land, create a 1/1 colorless shapeshifter creature token with Changeling. Next, we have Endurance, an elemental incarnation, 3/4 for 3, 2 green and 1 generic. Has Flash, Reach, and when this creature enters, up to 1 target player puts all the cards from their graveyard on the bottom of their library in random order. Has Evoke, exile a green card from your hand. Interesting. Next, we have Fury, a 3/3 for 5. Has Double Strike. When this creature enters, it deals 4 damage divided as you choose among any number of target creatures and or planeswalkers. Has Evoke, exile a red card from your hand. Next, we have Haunting Voyage, a sorcery for 6, 4 and 2 black. Choose a creature type. Return up to 2 creature cards of that type from your graveyard to the battlefield. If the spell was foretold, return all creature cards of that type from your graveyard to the battlefield instead. Has Foretell for 7, 5 and 2 black. During your turn, you may pay 2 and exile this card from your hand. Face down, cast it on a later turn for its Foretell cost. Next, we have Avenger of Zendikar, a 5/5 for 7. When this creature enters, create a 0/1 green plant creature token for each land you control. And it has Landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, you may put a 1/1 counter on each plant creature you control. Next, we have Cavalier of Thorns, a 5/6 for 3 green and 2. Elemental Knight. Has Reach, and when this creature enters, reveal the top 5 cards of your library. Put a land card from among them onto the battlefield and the rest into your graveyard. When this creature dies, you may exile it. If you do, put another target card from your graveyard on top of your library. Next, we have Green Warden of Marasa, a 5/4 for 6. When this creature enters, you may return target card from your graveyard to your hand. When this creature dies, you may exile it. If you do, return target card from your graveyard to your hand. Next, we have Sylvala, Heart of the Wilds, a 2/3 for 3, Elf Scout. Whenever another creature enters, its controller may draw a card if its power is greater than each other creature's power. Then you can pay green, tap to add X mana in any combination of colors where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. Next, we have Titan of Industry, a 7/7 for 4 and 3 green. It has Reach and Trample. When this creature enters, choose 2. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. Target player gains 5 life. Create a 4/4 green Rhino Warrior creature token. Or put a shield counter on a creature you control. Next, we have Moldarthra, the Gravetide. For 3, a black, a green, and a blue, a 6/6 elemental avatar. During each of your turns, you may play a land and cast a permanent spell of each permanent type from your graveyard. Nice to see this card reprinted. Next, we have Omnath, the Locus of Rage. A 5/5 for 3, 2 red, and 2 green. Has landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, create a 5/5 red and green elemental creature token. Whenever Omnath or another elemental you control dies, Omnath deals 3 damage to any target. It's good to see Omnath again. Next, we have Yarok the Desecrated, a 3/5 for 5. Has Death Touch and Lifelink. If a permanent entering causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. Next, we have Omnath, Locus of the Royal, a 3/3 for 4. When Omnath enters, it deals damage to any target equal to the number of elementals you control, and it has landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, put a 1/1 counter on target elemental you control. If you control 8 or more lands, draw a card. Next, we have a artifact for 5, the Timeless Lotus. It enters tapped. You can tap it to add Wooburg. Next, we have a sorcery, Shatter the Sky for 4. Each player who controls a creature with power 4 or greater draws a card, then destroy all creatures. Next, we have Hoofprints of the Stag, a elemental kindred enchantment for a white and any. Whenever you draw a card, you may put a hoofprint counter on this enchantment. You can pay 3, remove 4 hoofprint counters from this enchantment, create a 4/4 white elemental creature token with flying, activate only during your turn. Next, we have Slithermuse, a 3/3 for 4. When this creature leaves the battlefield, choose an opponent. If that player has more cards in hand than you, draw cards equal to the difference. Has Evoke for 4. Next, we have Descendants Fury, a 4-cost enchantment. Whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, you may sacrifice one of them. If you do, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a creature card that shares a creature type with a sacrificed creature. Put that card onto the battlefield and the rest on the bottom of your library in random order. And of course, we have the good old Blasphemous Act. For 9 mana, the spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature on the battlefield. Blasphemous Act deals 13 damage to each creature. Next, we have another enchantment, Cream of the Crop. For a green and any, whenever a creature you control enters, you may look at the top X cards of your library, where X is that creature's power. If you do, put one of those cards on the top of your library and the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. Next, we have Kindred Summons, a instant for 7, 5 and 2 green. Choose a creature type. Reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal X creature cards of the chosen type, where X is the number of creatures you control of that type. Put those cards onto the battlefield and shuffle the rest of the revealed cards into your library. Next, we have a Bane of Progress, a 2/2 for 6. When this creature enters, destroy all artifacts and enchantments. Put a 1/1 counter on this creature for each permanent destroyed this way. Next, we have Realm Walker, a 2/3 for 3 changeling. As this creature enters, choose a creature type. You may look at the top of the card of your library at any time. You may cast creature spells of the chosen type from the top of your library. Next, we have Instant Return of the Wild Speaker for 5. Choose one. Draw cards equal to the greatest power among non-human creatures you control. Or non-human creatures you control get +3/+3 until the end of turn. Next, we have Faeboro Elder, a 0/0 for 3. Vigilance. This creature gets +1/+1 for each color among permanents you control. You can tap it For each color among permanents you control, add 1 mana of that color. Next we have Vernell Sovereign, a 4/4 for 6. Whenever this creature enters or attacks, create a green and white elemental creature token with this token's power and toughness are each equal to the number of creatures you control. Next, we have Horde of Notions for Wooburg, a 5/5 legendary elemental. Vigilance, Trample, and Haste. You can pay Wooburg. You may play target elemental card from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. Next, we have Maelstrom Wanderer, a 7/5 for 8. 5, a green, a blue, and a red. Creatures you control have haste, and he has the Maelstrom Wanderer has Cascade. When you cast a spell, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card that costs less. You may cast it without paying its mana cost. Put the exiled cards on the bottom in random order, then do it again. Then we have Juggernautha the Wellspring, a 5/5 for 5. Has Companion. No card in your starting deck has more than one of the same mana symbol in its mana cost. If this card is your chosen companion, you may put it into your hand from outside the game for 3 as a sorcery. You can tap it to add Wooburg. This mana can't be spent to pay generic mana cost. Next, we have Chromatic Lantern, a artifact for 3. Lands you control have tap to add 1 mana of any color. You can tap the lantern to add 1 mana of any color. Next, we have a land. Primal Beyond. As this land enters, you may reveal an elemental card from your hand. If you don't, this land enters tapped. Tap it to add colorless, tap to add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana only to cast an elemental spell or activate the ability of an elemental. Next, we have a Raging Ravine. This land enters tapped. You can tap it to add red or green, or you can pay 4 until the end of turn. This land becomes a 3/3 red and green elemental creature token. Whenever this creature attacks, put a 1/1 counter on it. It is still a land. Next, we have Exotic Orchard. Tap to add 1 mana of any color, a land an opponent controls that could produce. Then we have Flamekin Village. As this land enters, you may reveal an elemental card from your hand. If you don't, this land enters tapped. You tap to add 1 red mana, or pay 1 red, tap it. Target creature gains haste until the end of turn. Path to Exile. For 1 white, exile target creature. Its controller may search their library for a basic land. Put that card onto the battlefield, tapped, and shuffle. Next, we have Muldrifter, a 2/2 for 5. Has flying. When this creature enters, draw 2 cards. Has Evoke for 3. Next, we have Reality Shift. For 1 and 1 blue, exile target creature. Its controller manifests the top card of their library. Next, we have Shriekmaw, a 3/2 for 5. Has Fear. This creature can't be blocked except by artifact creatures or black creatures. When this creature enters, destroy target non-artifact, non-black creature. Has Evoke for 2. Shriekmaw. Next, we have Shimmer Creep, a 3/5 for 5. Has Menace, and it has Vivid. When this creature enters, each opponent loses X life, and you gain X life, where X is the number of colors among permanents you control. Interesting. Next, we have Flame Braider, a 2/2 for 2. Elemental Bard. Tap to add 2 mana of any combination of colors. Spend this mana only to cast elemental spells or activate abilities of elemental sources. Next, we have Crib Swap, a shapeshifter for 3. It is a instant. Changeling. Exile target creature. Its controller creates a 1/1 colorless shapeshifter creature token with Changeling. Next, we have Secluded Courtyard. As this land enters, choose a creature type. Tap to add colorless Tap to add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana only to cast a creature spell of the chosen type or activate an ability of a creature source of the chosen type. And there we go, our next new reprint of Sol Ring. That's an interesting art. I do like it. I do enjoy it. Sol Ring. Everybody knows what Sol Ring does. Tap to add 2 colorless mana. And there's another. Command Tower. Tap to add 1 mana of any color in your commander's color identity. And we have Arcane Signet for 2. Tap to add 1 mana of any color in your commander's color identity. Next, we have Distant Melody, a sorcery for 4, 3 and a blue. Choose a creature type. Draw a card for each permanent you control of that type. Next, we have Incandescent Soul Stoke, a 2/2 for 3. Other elementals you control get +1/+1. You can pay 2. Tap, you may put an elemental creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. This creature gains haste until the end of turn. Sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. Next, we have Eclipsed Flamekin, a 1/4 for 3. When this creature enters, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal an elemental, island, or mountain card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest of the bottom of your library in random order. Next, we have Foundation Breaker, a 2/2 for 4. When this creature enters, you may destroy target artifact or enchantment. Has Evoke for 2. Next, we have Garruk's Uprising, an enchantment for 3, 2 and a green. When this enchantment enters, if you control a creature with power 4 or greater, draw a card. Creatures you control have trample. Whenever a creature you control with power 4 or greater enters, draw a card. Next, we have Risen Reef, a 1/1 for 3. When this creature or another elemental you control enters, look at the top card of your library. If it's a land card, you may put it onto the battlefield tapped. If you don't put that card onto the battlefield, then put it into your hand. Next, we have Felwar Stone, an artifact for 2. Tap to add 1 mana of any color that a land an opponent controls could produce. Land, Unclaimed Territory. As this land enters, choose a creature type. Tap to add colorless, or tap to add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana only to cast a creature of the creature spell of the chosen type. Ancient Ziggurat. Tap to add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana only to cast a creature spell. Next, we have Frontier Buviak. This land enters tapped. You can tap to add green, blue, or red. Next, we have Sandsteep Citadel. This land enters tapped. Tap to add white, black, or green. Savage Lands. This land enters tapped. Tap to add black, red, or green. Opulent Palace. This land enters tapped. Tap to add black, green, or blue. We have Seaside Citadel. This land enters tapped. Tap to add green, white, or blue. Next, we have Jungle Shrine. This land enters tapped. Tap to add red, green, or white. Next, we have Smoke Braider, a 1/1 for 2 elemental shaman. Tap to add 2 mana of any combination of colors. Spend this mana only to cast elemental spells or activate abilities of elementals. Then we have Ingot Chewer, a 3/3 for 5. When this creature enters, destroy target artifact. Has Evoke for 1 red. Next, we have Fertile Ground, a enchantment aura for 1 and a green. Enchant land. Whenever enchanted land is tapped for mana, its controller adds an additional 1 mana of any color. Next, we have Abundant Growth. For a single green, enchant land. When this aura enters, draw a card. Enchant land has tap to add 1 mana of any color. Next, we have Kodama's Reach, a sorcery for 3, 2 and a green. Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards. Reveal those cards. Put 1 onto the battlefield tapped and the other into your hand, then shuffle. Cultivate, a sorcery for 3. Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards. Reveal those cards. Put 1 onto the battlefield tapped and the other into your hand, then shuffle. And next, another land, Path of Ancestry. This land enters tapped. Tap to add 1 mana of any color in your commander's color identity. When that mana is spent to cast a creature spell that shares a creature type with your commander, scry 1. Next, we have Thriving Grove. This land enters tapped. As it enters, choose a color other than green. Tap to add 1 green or 1 mana of the chosen color. And we have Thriving Heath. This land enters tapped. As it enters, choose a color other than white. Tap to add white or 1 mana of the chosen color. Thriving Isle. This is same as the other lands, just instead add blue or of the chosen color. Next, we have Opal Palace. Tap to add 1 colorless mana, or you can pay 1, tap it to add 1 mana of any color in your commander's color identity. If you spend this mana to cast your commander, it enters with the number of additional 1/1 counters on it equal to the number of times it has been cast from the command zone this game. Next, we have Thriving Bluff. As it enters, choose a color other than red. Tap to add red or 1 mana of the chosen color. Next, we have Thriving Moor. As it enters, choose a color other than black. Tap to add black or 1 mana of the chosen color. Then we have 1, 2 plains. 1, 2, 2 islands. 1, 2, 2 swamps. 1, 2, 2 mountains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 forest. And then we have some tokens here. We have a copy token that can flip into a shapeshifter. A 4/4 elemental token that can be flipped to a 0/1 plant. A 4/4 rhino warrior or a 5/5 elemental. And you have this elemental. This token's power and toughness are each equal to the number of creatures you control. Another copy. Another copy. Plant. Treasure token. Shapeshifter. 4/4 elemental with flying. Another copy. Another 4/4 rhino. Or another 5/5 elemental. Another elemental. Copy. And treasure. And copy. Well, that is the deck. The Dance of the Elements. I am very excited to play this deck. I will be taking it to my LGS probably sometime next week. I am very excited to play this. But if you guys enjoyed this opening, please leave a like and hit that subscribe button. And if you want to see other openings like this, go ahead and leave a comment. Also, leave a comment if you have any ideas on how to upgrade the Dance of the Elements precon. I would love to hear suggestions. But, as always, this has been the TCG Outlaw. See you guys next time.